Hello and welcome back to the It's Time podcast. I'm Mariah, that bitch is Kaylee, and welcome to the show. I'm saying the intro because Kaylee gets overwhelmed with anxiety when she has to say hello to people.
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's anxiety. Both?
Both?
Both, I guess.
I think it's both.
Truck.
You know what? I feel like I'm riled up for today's episode. I just feel like my energy is on an all-time high right now. I'm riled up because... I think if you understand what I'm trying to say...
If you were picking up what I was putting down...
If you are picking up what I'm putting down, this is what I'm talking about.
But honestly, what I was just saying is exactly that.
And you're getting what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Exactly this.
No, that's what I'm saying, literally.
Exactly, okay. I'm riled up because this episode is on... This episode, we're going to talk about ghosting.
Disney Channel. Me.
You know, I have been watching some Disney Channel Halloween episodes.
Fun. I have to watch the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody one.
I watched the Even Stevens episode last night, and it just reminded me that I definitely had a really big crush on Shia LaBeouf growing up. And then it also reminded me about, like, the path he's gone down, and then I felt a little uneasy about him as a person. And that makes me sad. So,
Sarah.
We're going to talk about ghosting today because there's a few reasons. One, I want to talk about the own personal ghosting I've experienced in my life. And two, have we all been ghosted before?
I feel that everyone has.
On some level.
Unless you have been in a relationship since before dating apps existed.
I just think ghosting is just a part of society now.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's ever going to go away.
And
did it exist before?
I guess the thing with ghosting is it became such a phenomenon because of how easy it is to just stop.
To just bounce.
There's no, you don't have to say anything
because there's no personal connection.
There's no personal consequences either. Because a lot of these social media, like, dating app relationships consist of being online for the most part. So then it's just like, oh, I just have to stop replying. And I never have to worry about it again because I don't see you at work. I don't see you when I go to the grocery store.
There's
like,
literally no consequences.
There's no consequences except for the turmoil.
People's feelings, that's a consequence.
But before we get into ghosting, let's catch up.
Yeah, what have you been up to?
I feel like I've been on one for as long as I can remember.
I've been on one for as long as I can remember.
Do you know how long the Great Wall of China is?
No, actually.
I found this out yesterday, and I haven't been able to stop telling people because I think it's the most crazy statistic, the most crazy fact I've ever heard. Okay, if you were to guess, like,
spit it out.
How many miles is the Great Wall of China? Like, if you were to guess, how many miles would you guess it is?
Well, now you're making me feel like I need to guess big. I probably would have guessed, like, 10.
10 miles?
But now that you're talking like this, I don't know. 50?
13,000.
What?
13,000 miles of the fucking Great Wall of China? It's like 13,100 and something. It's over 13,000.
Wait. Built when?
I don't know. The aliens did it. All I know is that it's over 13,000 miles, and from the west coast to the east coast of the United States, it's like 2,500 miles to cross the U.S. from east to west, or west to east.
Wait, how big is China?
I guess massive. Apparently it's...
No.
When was it built?
Starting in 7th century BC, continuing into 17th century AD.
How many years is that?
I don't know. I've never been good at the BC AD stuff.
All I know is BC goes down backwards and AD starts from 1. Or 0. Who... How...
No. No, aliens literally had to have done it.
Aliens did it.
No technology?
We're
talking brick by brick.
I literally thought you went to the Great Wall
In like
if you were like
the
a tourist
forest.
and you go to the Great Wall and you were like, oh, I'm going to walk the Great Wall. I thought you could walk it. I thought it was doable to walk. You can't walk the Great Wall of China. People don't do that. People don't walk the totality of the Great Wall.
The totality, good word.
Wait,
what are you doing?
So does the Great Wall of China wrap around the entire...
Patricia, calm him down.
Honestly, Patricia's been acting up lately and I'm over it. Patricia, I don't want the attitude.
Stretches 3,250 miles from east to west. Something's not adding up here.
It's the aliens.
The math is not mathing because the Great Wall of China does not even stretch all the way across China.
Does it go into other countries?
No. But this is China, and that's the wall. Another fun fact, not as wild as that one. Actually, you grew up in this sport, so you might know it. Did you know that the holes get moved in golf? They move the holes.
What, like periodically?
Every few weeks.
No, I didn't know that.
They fill the hole, and there's like
Have you
little
seen them
machine
fill the hole? I know, it's fun to watch those.
and then like a little cookie cutter, and then they just move the hole, which makes so much more sense because I always was like, so if you just belong to like a country club or whatever, you just get really good at this one course. Like it must get predictable, but they move the holes.
I just feel
Are we stupid for not knowing that?
No, I just feel like it's not that surprising to imagine a bunch of old white men doing the same thing every single day.
And then being like, yeah, look, I'm really good at it.
So I wouldn't be surprised if it was the same shit. But I guess it makes sense.
Someone walked into my classroom one morning and was like, did you know? And I was like, no.
I love a did you know moment. I love a did you know moment. Please did you know me whenever.
Please did you know me.
I just like hearing a fact.
DYK.
So this weekend, we went out on the town. I think we had an idea for like what we thought the night out on the town was going to be, and it wasn't that.
No. What is with all the sounds? That's the kind of
Well, and then it got quiet. Like, oh my God. Also, I think it would be so fun if we like had my phone, if we like told our phone, have an alarm go off randomly within the next like 25 minutes, and then we don't know when it's gonna go off, but when it goes off we have to like do something.
Random dancing.
See, I wish that's where I got the idea, because that would make so much sense. I don't know, like I like have ChatGPT ask us a random question and we have to answer it and then we move on.
Okay.
Just full of great ideas over here.
Set a timer for 22 minutes.
But not then I guess we won't know, because we won't know when 22 minutes will be. Okay.
Yeah, I just can't look at my phone now.
So anyways, we went out on the town. Our plan, we had an event for our group, Portland Girls, Gays, and Theys.
I'm not comfy today.
Get comfy, girl. And then we were like, hey, we're gonna go out on the town and it's like they don't know that their neighbors have a podcast studio in their house.
Also, they haven't done anything with their yard for literal months. Why is tonight the night?
I think it's fine.
Mariah hates a blower.
I fucking hate them. All you do is blow the mess a little farther away. The only reason it makes sense is if you're blowing something into a pile and then getting rid of the pile. Do you ever see people blow do that? No. Every time I see someone blow, it's literally like they're on the side, they're on the streets like, oh, I'm just gonna get these leaves off the street and into the sidewalk. Or I'm going to get these leaves off the sidewalk and into the street. And then the next day, the leaves are back in the street or are back on the sidewalk. They don't actually do anything with the leaves. What a waste. And you know that most leaf blowers, the ones that aren't electric, the new ones, the old ones that are really loud, are so bad for the environment. It's like crazy.
The gas ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
So like stop. Just like let the leaves be in the street. Like it's fine. I don't really think the leaves are causing any issues.
I've never understood like a cleaning off your driveway.
Can't have any leaves here.
Like, there's a tree above my driveway.
What?
So what am I...
No, it actually doesn't make sense to me.
No.
Anyways, so we want to go out. We had happy hour with some of our friends earlier the week. We have weekly happy hours. And I was basically telling, like, all of my friends, like, okay, like, you need to start, like, setting me up. Like, help me meet people.
Oh, I
like,
kind of forgot about this part of the night.
Yes. It was
like
like
it was very different than we thought it was going to be.
So I'm like, okay, like they are literally listing, oh, this person, I'm like, perfect, great. I have a roster of people that you guys want to hook me up with. Phenomenal.
Literally a roster.
Give me 14 of them right now. And so I'm like, okay, great. And they're like, okay, well, I'll go out Saturday night. You can meet them all. And then from that night, you can decide who you are interested in.
You want to lock in.
And I'm like, this is great. It's like a dating show. It's like speed dating. Yeah. I'm kind of into it. I kind of like having a bunch of options at once. It also makes it fun. Also, I get to get it all out of the way. All I have to do is dress up once.
Yeah.
And get it done. So
and no one else knows that that's the intention. So it's like you're just going out and having fun, and then you get to figure out who you vibe with, and the stakes are low.
And the stakes are low. Mm-hmm. So we have this event, and once the event's over, I'm like, we're going straight to the party. It's not a party. Straight to the bar.
Straight out.
How old are we?
We went to the party.
Straight to out. And I like started drinking at the event because I'm like, well, like we're going out, and also I want to be tipsy. Like when I've met a lot of the people that I've like met them, but it's like almost like meeting them again because it's in a different mindset. Mm-hmm. And well, one, Kaylee fucking forgot her ID, so we had to drive all the way back to her house, get her ID, jump right back in the car, drive back out to the bars. It's fine.
But you know, Mariah really did want water, and you know what she got to do when we came back to get the ID?
I got water.
She got to have a sip of water.
Oh, so I did have water that night.
And we also, that was the only one.
Yeah.
And then we wanted an energy drink, and I had one in the fridge. So
did we drink the energy drink when I got in my car the next day? It was open in the car and it smelled rank in my car because it just an open half drinking Monster was sitting in my car. It was disgusting. Also, there was a bunch of cheese in the backseat of my car that our friend sat on when we were going. Kaylee was the driver, and we were literally going to the next bar, and I was trying to clean out my back seat to make room for my cousin and her boyfriend. And I'm like, it's in the dark. I'm also like tipsy at this point, and I'm like trying to move everything into the back of my car. Forgot the cheese. So he sat his ass on the cheese to the next bar. Didn't know till the next morning. The cheese had like been pushed into the seat. It's disgusting.
He has cheese on his pants.
I was like, we went out to the bar after that, and we never discussed it again, but I'm pretty sure he probably had cheese stains on his butt.
It was like kind of stinky cheese.
It was stinky cheese. It was the full-on shebang. But anyways, we get to the first bar, Jerry's. Love you so much, Jerry. Best bar ever.
I love Jerry.
And we get in there, and so far, like, some people we know are there, but it's none of the people that I'm getting set up with. So the next wave of people come, and it's, my other cousin and her date.
The guy she's dating.
Who's also a friend, so I can just say one of our friends. And she's like, yeah, sorry, Mariah, but none of them are coming out tonight.
Just drop the bomb.
I was like,
because they were the people that were missing, and we thought, or at least I thought they were coming. When they got there, they were going to show up with these people.
I thought the wave was going to come through. I'm like, all my dates have arrived. They never came. But I proceeded to get intoxicated and extremely crossfaded. Do the youngins use that term, crossfaded?
Crossed.
Crossfaded, it does feel millennial to me.
Well, the full term definitely feels millennial. Like crossfaded? No, crossed.
Or faded.
Yeah.
Not
both.
Both is great, though. Crossfaded is a fun time.
Crossfaded.
Had some vodka Red Bulls, had some Jell-O shots, and some beers. And I know I talk about it a lot in here, how bad I get hangovers. I didn't have a hangover the next day. Not a tinge of one.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Kaylee came in the room and with a a cup of water and like ibuprofen, and was like, here you go, and set it next to me. And I was like, I feel great. I survived through the night. Most of the people we were with were out all day drinking, so they wanted to go like pretty early. Yeah. That's why it fucked it all up. It's because the night before they were out till fucking 6 a.m. partying. Oh, you didn't hear that detail? No. Yeah. They were literally partying at Wyland's house until like 5 a.m. or whatever. And then got up and then went out and were day drinking. And by the time we got there, they were already like, oh, well, no shit, you don't want to fucking party.
Yeah.
And so they all were like, we're going to go home. And we were like, we're going to go to another bar. And did that. And then literally just hung out with each other and didn't talk to anyone else at the other bar. And
they were too young.
It was great. It was fine. It was great. And I don't know. How long did we stay? We didn't stay out late.
We got to the last place, or we were going to the last place at like 11:30, I feel.
But yeah, no hangover, so a win. Also, no dates.
No dates. There was another cute guy there. I wasn't going to get set up with anyone. I was just there for the vibes. And then there was a cute guy, but I was being like way more fun than he was.
I genuinely think we were having the most fun in the whole group though because of their previous party. I don't feel like we got the real impression of him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but it's also fun to be like, you're cute, and they'll be like, no.
True. I'm better. I do.
So he can prove himself.
I think that
another night.
There could be something in the future there. We don't know.
Who knows?
For now, it's just Tucker and Harry.
Tucker and Harry.
So.
Wait, who's Harry?
Oh, I guess we don't.
Well, yeah, we don't need Harry.
Oh, we used Harry for.
Yeah.
Oh, duh.
No.
Okay. No, Harry's not around anymore.
He doesn't have a nickname. The other one, everyone knows his name.
Everyone knows the other one. It's Tucker and Boomer. So. Yeah. How was your weekend? Anything else to add?
Not really. I spent my weekend with you. So that was pretty much my catch up, too. Mariah invited me over for like a cozy dog sitting night on Friday. And I was like, oh, that sounds nice. But I'm going to go straight to bed. Nope. I was at the pub for 4 hours.
She literally texted me, I'm going straight to bed. And then later that day, I looked at her story and she was at a pub.
Like, you know what's crazy is I really...
Liar!
She lies. I really did fully intend, like, get off work at 3 p.m., go home, be in bed by 3:45. Like, really, that was my intention. But everybody bought me drinks because they feel bad for me. And I love that. That's like one plus sign. One plus sign? No, not when people feel bad for me. I love free drinks. No, don't feel bad for me. But if you're going to feel bad for me, at least buy me a drink, I guess. That's nice. We were talking about stickers at one point. I don't remember how it came up. Me and another teacher were talking about how, like, we both think we got a bit of autism. Right. And we were talking about prizes for kids and stuff like that. I don't know. Stickers came up. And then her and I went down this, like, rabbit hole. And we both were, like, talking like this really intensely about how, like, horrible stickers are. Because if you give me a sticker, like, what am I going to do? Put it on my laptop? One day I'm going to need a new laptop. Put it on my water bottle. I break my water bottle. Like, oh.
The thing with stickers is they're not forever if you use them.
No.
That's how you sum it up.
Exactly.
Wait. Yeah, so stickers in the bar. Anyways.
Stickers, bar. Yeah, then I spent the rest of the time with you.
Oh. Well, I guess that's it.
Yeah. Mariah slept in a bit longer than me on Sunday, and I, like, went to the store and got milk and eggnog.
I'm going to the store to get milk, honey. I'll be back.
Said I'll be back in 7 minutes.
Heard that one before, and then you never come back.
But yeah, the eggnog's back. Eggnog is back.
Why was going to get milk the excuse that parents used when one of them was, like, leaving? Whether that was leaving forever or leaving for a short amount of time and then coming back.
Like, oh, I'm going to get milk.
And they weren't actually ever getting
milk. I actually feel like my parents were always getting milk. Well, actually, it was half and half.
Like, they actually
I gotta go get some half and half. Yeah, and then they come back with half and half, and they weren't gone for very long.
Were they fighting before?
No.
No,
my parents weren't discreet about fighting. There was no, like, reason. It was like, oh, door slam, bye, they're gone.
I'm just like, why was that the common? I feel like it was, or am I talking into a?
No, it's a thing in media,
right?
My parents never tried to hide it.
I'm going to get milk.
2%.
Not fat. Like, oh.
Almond.
My mom comes back. I'm like, where's the milk? They were out.
They didn't have any milk. No milk whatsoever. None. No milk alternatives. No.
One day we should just, like, trauma dump our, like, craziest parental fight moments.
Oh dear God.
I'm just so scared of, like, conflict and fighting and stuff. So I just, like, I go in straight into fight or flight if, like, I sense conflict or I sense tension.
I go straight into fix it.
Oh my God, I just want to run and hide.
Tells you everything you need to know about me.
Told you.
It's okay, guys. I'm working on it in therapy.
We love therapy.
I start again tomorrow. I've had a few months off.
Oh, so exciting.
Yeah, but therapy's like one of those things where, you know, you, like, know it's good for you. And when you're not actively, like, getting ready for therapy, you're like, oh, yeah, I go to therapy. Mm-hmm. And then right before therapy, you're like, ugh, I have to go to therapy. You know?
Yeah, but once you're doing it,
and then the second you log off, you're like, oh.
I feel like that bettered me.
That was really good. That's good that I did that.
Yeah.
Ooh, I just got hungry.
Just kind of hankering. Were we in the middle of something?
No, just the world's longest ketchup.
I think, though, this is, like, the true us, though. I think that we've missed this type of thing in the episodes of just, like, the banter and the quick random thoughts is just so
let it all
who
out.
we are, and I think what makes the pod fun. So
that is exactly what I've been.
That is exactly what we've been trying to say.
And I'm not sure if you heard her, but exactly what she just said.
And if you didn't hear that, it's what she just said. So,
just to be clear.
So ghosting.
Ghosting.
Hate it. Oh. Hate to know her, but I know her.
No, ghosting is a man.
Oh my god!
You know what time it is! No,
random questions from ChatGPT time. Let's see what ChatGPT wants to ask us. Oh my god.
ChatGPT scares me.
If you could swap lives with any fictional character for a day, who would it be and why? I like that.
Ooh, that's a great question for the two of us. Let me consider this for a moment. Let me ponder.
I have mine.
Whoa.
Because it's literally been my answer since I was like fucking 5.
Since you were 5. I was since you were 5. Okay. Who is it?
Sabrina Spellman. I have wanted to be Sabrina Spellman for as long as I can remember, and it started with the OG Melissa Joan Hart version.
Oh.
But now
Classic.
It's 100% the Kiernan Shipka version of Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. I just think she's the most badass, independent, powerful, can be evil at times, but always, like, she has such a good heart. I just think she's the most, like, multi-dimensional character. And I would switch lives with her for a day, and it would be in the era where she's dating Nick and going to the academy full time, because that's how I would personally like to live. I'd be going to the academy.
The era where
dating
she's dating Nick?
Yes. And that's my answer. And then I would cast a spell to never come back to this life.
Ooh. Oh, she's locked in. There's no bringing her
I'm never
back.
leaving.
Oh my god. Okay, well, I was thinking the entire time you were speaking, and I
still don't have an answer. Ready. It's because you can't decide on one. Is that why?
Yeah, I also just feel like there's downsides to all of them.
Okay, well, this isn't actually going to happen.
Okay. Well, in that case,
so
sign me up.
Pick one.
I'm Florence Pugh. Strap me to the bed.
Oh no!
Put me,
that's so bad.
Put me in, like, hypnotize me, and I will play wife to Harry Styles. No, I couldn't actually pick that. That's really bad. Because I couldn't handle the whole, like,
the abuse, the rape. Like, I don't know. There might be some issues there. The cans of tuna, I have a problem with.
Oh my god. Well, let's think about the options I've been considering. Obviously, I considered Harry Potter because who doesn't want to live in that world? And then I was like, well, who do you pick that, like, doesn't die or get severely traumatized? No one. So then I started thinking about Crave.
Ooh.
And honestly...
Okay, that's a good one.
That's a pretty good one.
That's probably...
And...
would be on my list.
Like, obviously, post-Jackson...
Oh, yeah.
Hudson.
Into Hudson era.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my
when
God.
they're, like, good. And they're living, like, large.
And, like, honestly, pretty cool to be a gargoyle.
Yeah, I think being Grace would be
and
cool.
Everything, like... Well, you never finished the books, but, like, everything turns out all right, you know? Like, well, I mean, she went through a lot of trauma, too. But who doesn't?
Who doesn't? Especially if you're going to pick a supernatural world, that's just what comes with it. Have you noticed a theme? The only worlds we think about are supernatural, sci-fi, fantasy.
Yeah.
I want to go to a new fantasy world that isn't real life. Like, I don't want to... Like, who would I pick? Like, Rachel from Glee?
That was funny. I could be Monica Geller and Mary Chandler Bing.
That's a pretty good one.
And then, like, that's your life.
It's a pretty good life.
Actually,
it's a pretty good life.
Answer. That's a pretty good life.
Like, if you went into a sitcom world, you're living pretty, because the trauma there is, like, so minimal that you just laugh.
Yeah, it's like
the laugh track keeps going no matter who dies. Like, it's just...
No matter who dies.
It's true.
LaPoo.
LaPoo.
There you have it. I did consider being Elena for a second there.
I thought of Elena.
But again, capital T drama.
Also, Caroline, though.
I don't think I could handle that. Don't think I could handle that. Yeah,
I think I could be Caroline. I think that if I was to turn into a vampire, I would be more of a Caroline vibe.
I think I am more of Caroline as a human generally.
As a human or as a vampire?
Well, that
Caroline as a vampire.
Like
Caroline as a human.
Caroline's personality.
As a vampire. Not as a human.
Well, I don't know. As a human, I'm still a little Caroline-ish.
Oh, no. What are your thoughts on Kai? Like, do you find him attractive?
No.
Not at all? Is it the psycho thing?
He reminds me of someone. I think that's honestly what it is. I don't know who
because, like, when I watch it, I'm like, why am I into Kai a little bit? It's just like how I'm kind of
into
Klaus.
There are sometimes he delivers a line in a certain way, and I'm like, oh.
Kind of into
But
that.
I'm not attracted to him.
Oh, just like him, looks-wise.
Yeah.
I am.
I do be loving Klaus. Yeah.
Klaus and Caroline were endgame. Like, you cannot convince me otherwise.
I also like Enzo, to be fair.
Well, Vampire Diaries is just full of the most attractive people on the planet and into one show.
Yeah.
Okay, let's stop talking about the Vampire Diaries. Ghosting.
I'm almost finished with it.
So, should we start with our views on ghosting? Or should
I
tell the story
stance?
First, the catch-up?
Let's start with our stances.
Okay, what's your stance on ghosting?
I think the older I get, the more stupid ghosting is. Ghosting. Have I ghosted a couple people before? Yeah.
But in what context?
To clarify, just so everyone is clear. Why do we both go like this at the end? It was never anyone, like, I don't think I've ever ghosted anyone I met in person. Ooh, I can think of the worst one I've done.
Oh, okay.
Which, I mean, I guess it is bad. But it was, like, COVID times. So, talking to someone on an app was, like, even just, like, that much more complicated because, like, the effort to, like, meet up with this person and safety and all of that or whatever. And also even more blurred lines of how many of you are literally just on here, like, for some freaking companionship right now? Like, are you actually looking to date anyone? I don't know. Maybe you just, like, keep messaging someone for longer than you normally would because it's just something to do, Yeah. Quarantine. So I was messaging this guy and we'd been talking, like, for a few days, maybe a week. I don't know. It's, like, 4 years ago. I don't remember the exact specifics. And it was, like, a lot of messaging back and forth. And he just, like, started to raise some flags. And I was like,
Don't like.
Yeah, and to be fair, I do think I tried to, like, fade out of it.
I don't think that's ghosting, though.
And then I just overall stopped responding and unmatched him.
Because that's different.
And then at some point he did find me. I don't know if it was on an app again or what. And he like quoted something back at me. Yeah, I don't remember.
I just don't think it counts as ghosting if you talked on a dating app for a little bit and then you just stopped. Like, if that's the case, fuck. I've ghosted so many people. Oh my God, and I've been ghosted so many times.
But I think like the severity of the messaging could change the definition. Like if you've been very consistently talking to someone for a second and then you don't respond at all. That's definitely like ghosting adjacent. Yeah.
Especially depending on like, did you take it off the app? Were you texting? Was it like texting flirty? Was it like talking about plans? Was it, if that's the vibe and then you just stop, and that's weird too. That's ghosting.
Yeah.
But
never would I ever ghost someone I met in real life. Yeah. I just think it is disrespectful and
there's just no point.
It tells you everything you need to know about a person, right? Because it literally takes 30 seconds to just send someone a message.
Yeah.
And be like, yeah, this isn't it. Like, and there's so many different ways you could do that. I think that's what used to really freak me out was like the confrontation.
Yeah. But nowadays you don't even have to be confrontational. You literally just have to do it over a screen.
Literally. That's all it takes.
A text? You just have to send a text? That's my issue with ghosting is I'd love to hear one person out there who would prefer to get ghosted than to just hear.
Absolutely not.
Just hear, hey, like, whatever the reason is, sorry. Okay. Thank you for taking the fucking time, the 10 seconds that it took.
Literally.
To send me this.
Ginger.
So now it's off my mind.
Think about how often we, like, conversed about Ginger when...
It's taking up room up here that I don't need.
It's just taking up brain space. Like, is there some weird circumstance why you're not responding? Or, like...
And you're imagining all the reasons why, and then you're overthinking it, and, like...
That was breadcrumbing for sure, though, technically. But still, like, if you could just be like, blah, 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 boom,
even
done.
if it was, like, a fucked up, annoying reason, at least now I know, and I can move the fuck on.
Yeah.
Instead of, like... Why the fuck? What did I do? Because I'm going to jump to that.
Just leaving, like, a door open.
What did I do to cause this? I'll always jump to that.
Yeah.
There's no excuse to ghost. The only times that I've ghosted someone that I met in person was when I was drunk, out at a bar, met them at the bar. I have a really hard... Like, if someone asked me for their number... Oh, my God. What flew in my eye?
It's literally stalking you.
Like... If I'm at a bar and I'm drinking and someone's like, can I get your number? Can I have your Instagram? I literally will give it to them. And like, I think that person takes it.
The whole world. She puts that on the internet.
Yeah, now everyone's asking me. What am I supposed to say? No? No, you
boyfriend.
Can't. Yeah, I mean, I could.
I'm in a relationship. I have a girlfriend.
Yeah, but like.
Yeah, I usually go the lying route if I don't.
I will get like messages from that person and then I just like won't say anything. Like Cowboy. Met this cowboy. And he literally still texts me to this day, which I think, wow, this is so interesting. I've never
the dedication is crazy.
I've never once replied to this guy, and I still will get messages like, got tickets to the show tonight, want to come? Hey, Mariah, going out in the town tonight. Will I see you out? And I'm like, I never reply. Well, I think it's been so much. Why would I reply now? Why does he keep texting me?
I also still wouldn't.
Is that ghosting?
I wouldn't count that as ghosting.
No, because there was never anything in the first place.
Yes. That literally was like you had a 2-minute conversation with a guy. He asked for your number, and you never responded.
Not ghosting. Then I've never ghosted anyone. Have I?
Yeah, I wonder what like the technical definition would be because there's some like nuances to the situation.
Ghosting refers to the abrupt end of communication in a relationship, typically by one person suddenly cutting off all contact without explanation.
A relationship.
This can occur in romantic relationships, friendships, or even professional interactions. But there has to be some type of relationship first.
Yeah.
For there to be a ghost.
Agreed.
Yeah, that makes sense. And like...
Well, speaking of there needing to be some kind of relationship, maybe we dig into that one next.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, like, all the dating app mini ghosts aside, have you experienced, like, a full-on ghost?
The lads.
The lads. If you haven't, go check out that episode. The lads.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, was that...
I think that's the most full-on ghosting experience I have ever had.
Okay, so nothing like where you've been dating someone. I haven't either.
I've never been dating someone and got ghosted or ghosted them.
Which is just the craziest move. Like,
to literally just stop responding. Can you believe that there are people that really experience that? Like,
we know people that have
yeah.
Like, we know people that have literally dated someone, texting like all the time, multiple dates. Gone. Disappears. What? How fucked up is that? That is so fucked insane. Up. Especially if you've gone on dates and it's new, you've gone on multiple dates, and then they ghost you. It's like, so you think I'm ugly? Like, what is the reason? Because I'm going straight into shallow
especially when it's all like green
reasons.
Flags in your head. Like,
bitch.
The vibes are great. It's one thing if you like go out on a couple dates and then you're kind of like still hemming and hawing, or you feel like the last one, like, things were weird, because then at least you can justify. Yeah. But for things to just be like good, gone, crazy, absolutely crazy.
So I guess this is a little catch up for all my people that have been paying attention to the travel episodes and all those stories. Okay, as I was saying, somewhat of a catch up. If you listen to the travel episodes, you'll know about someone, a Scottish man named Kieran. I talked, I think, very highly of that man on the pod, on the Edinburgh episode.
Yeah.
He made a few mistakes, but we weren't holding that too hard against him. I think we just mentioned them and kind of moved on. I had a wonderful time. I thought he did have a wonderful time. I know he had a wonderful time. Because for like the few weeks following said trip, there was communication. Now, it wasn't like we're on the phone all the time and we're texting all the time, but it was flirty. It was there.
I have been ghosted. Sorry, that just reminded me.
Good. So I'm just gonna fully tell this whole thing because what the fuck. The week that the Edinburgh episode was dropping, I had mentioned to him that there was an Edinburgh episode coming out because he was like, "Oh my god, you have a podcast? Interesting, cool." I'm like, "Yeah, we actually have an episode coming out about Edinburgh.
All about you.
You were mentioned in it." I was like, "I will be honest, you will be mentioned, and I speak very highly of you, like very flirty." Because the way I was talking about him on the podcast was like, I really liked this guy. He was so hot. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm going to hype you up, sure. And he's like, okay, I'm definitely going to listen. Like, can't wait. Everything seems fine. Episode drops. I don't hear anything from him. I'm not saying anything to him. I'm like, okay, whatever. A week goes by. 2 weeks goes by. Not a fucking word from this man.
You had sent him a message.
Not for like a while. It had been like a minute after the episode dropped.
You sent that?
After, I never said anything to him when the episode dropped. Like, it came out.
I thought for some reason I was thinking you had messaged him right before the episode came out.
We were talking right before the episode. No. So what he didn't read was like 2 weeks go by or 3 weeks go by, whatever it is. And I was like, whatever, I'm just going to fucking text this guy. I'm like, hey, just curious, have you listened to the episode? Doesn't read it. Doesn't read it. You don't have to read it to know that it's there. And I know he knew it was there.
Yeah.
Even if he didn't read it, I'm like, it's in your text. You're just not opening it. I don't know how much time goes by. I check again. He's read it. No response. This guy's ghosting me. Officially. But what's funny about guys like this is that they're still up in your fucking story views. He still watches my stories. Still follows me.
Do they think we just don't look?
Like, and it's not even that I'm looking for him. Like, I'll literally be in my whatever posts, whatever, just like looking, and I'm like, oh, there he is again. Interesting how that happens. And I just actually cannot figure out what reasoning for ghosting it is unless, one, he got the ick from the pod. Kind of understandable. And then the other reason is like, okay, maybe you met someone and now you're dating someone. That is, like, totally fine, though. I would just have loved closure. It's closure. Yeah. Like, can you just... And now every once in a while,
That is actually what it is. It's closure.
Like, I'll be driving. It's not that he, like... Trust me, he does not take up room in my brain. But, like, every once in a while, it'll, like, pop in my head, and I'm like, that's interesting. I wonder why. I have no idea why, okay? Was it so embarrassing, the podcast episode? Was he, like, so embarrassed by it? Was he offended by it?
Was he pissed off we called him out?
Was he pissed off that we used his name? I don't know. Or is he dating someone new? Literally just fucking say, hey, like, I'm not interested in talking to you anymore.
Period. Yeah.
I literally wouldn't be mad over that. I mean, I'd be like, damn.
I do think...
But, like, just fucking...
Again, with the abroad thing, it makes it feel like a little bit more complicated.
Well, I think it makes it easier, too, for people to be like, it's fine if I ghost.
Yeah, I'm never going to see
you literally again. Had one night together.
People could be like, well... And, like, they probably thought of this the same way I did, you know, just, like, some fun thing that happened.
And now
like,
it's over.
We were, like, flirty for a second, now it's over, like... Don't have to think twice about it.
Yeah, and to clarify, I'm not referring to that as a relationship after we had, like, given the definition of what ghosting is.
But relationship doesn't mean relationship. It means you have some kind
history, but
of
even
relationship.
Even, like, one night and then texting, it's like But I still classify that as ghost because it's the abrupt ending
also,
of communication.
When you hook up with someone, I think the least thing you owe them is communication.
Yeah. So that, I think, is the only time I've been ghosted. On that level. I mean, I've, again, like, there's been a lot of mini ghosts here and there. Yeah. But that was, like, and then obviously the lads. I think the lads was my first taste of, like, being ghosted felt like. And I was like, I don't want to deal with this ever again.
The lads was horrible.
The lads was a horrible ghosting. Anyways, what was your ghost story that you realized?
Axel.
Oh.
And Nice.
Axel.
Mm-hmm. I didn't think about it until you started talking about Karen.
So it's the abroad people?
Yeah. Which, it's again,
people we meet abroad.
I think for a lot of people, they would go into a night like that with some kind of assumption that everyone's assuming the same thing. You don't live here. I don't live here.
Yeah.
This is just like a fun thing that's happening.
Yeah.
And we're both going to take it for what it is. And we've talked about this before. You and I are not good at that.
No.
Because it's like, well, I want more. Like, I want more of your attention. If you didn't pick up on that in the travel episodes. Not even like, I want to date you, but like, okay, like, we met and that was fun. And like, we're both still in town. So like, let's go get drinks.
Let's
and, like,
keep it up.
Fun. Let's like, go have a day. You know?
It's holiday energy. It happens.
Yeah.
It's enhanced.
Yeah, but
damn.
The next day, Mariah did her like FBI work, and we found these two guys on Instagram.
Honestly, some of the most impressive sleuthing I have ever done in my life. It was unreal. We had only their first names. Axel could be spelled in a million different ways. And I found this man.
Many different ways.
I found this man on Instagram, and
so then we both
whatever
messaged
his other name was.
Lucas.
Okay. 4 minutes. Do you think we can do this in 4 minutes?
I think we can do it in 4 minutes. Okay. So we both messaged them the next day, and Lucas responded, and Axel just like didn't read it for the longest time. What's with that too?
Okay, yeah.
Just don't read it. Like, okay.
And
we're all on our phones.
I've kind of done that too, where you're like, oh, I'm not gonna open it right now. I'm gonna get back to it later. Completely different reasoning. I think in their sense it was, I don't want to have to say no.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna avoid it for the time being.
Yeah.
Stupid.
And 2 years, we were like, maybe he does have a girlfriend. Like, maybe he had a girlfriend, and that's why he just never responded. 2 years later, he does have a girlfriend. I don't know how long they've been together, but
maybe he's a cheater.
Maybe.
What was that?
My shoe.
Okay. So ghosted by the abroaders.
By the abroaders.
We do not endorse ghosting.
No.
We are not supporters of it. I don't see the reasoning of it unless you are being harassed by someone. Feel free to ghost.
Big facts.
Otherwise, just fucking use your fucking words. Grow up.
It's not that hard. How many times did you say that about the lads?
Use your words. Be a fucking grown up.
I don't want to talk to you anymore. Okay.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching or listening to the It's Time podcast. I'm Mariah. That is Kaylee. We have new episodes every Wednesday if we stick to our schedule. So stay tuned to the next one, and maybe there will be some spooky ooky uppies coming up. I don't know.
Spooky ooky uppies.
Love you.